Boost program sponsored by Love and Action Network. I'm Dr. Flo, not telling you what I heard, but what I know. What I know is that you're loved and lovable. You've always been loved and lovable, and you're going to be that way for the rest of your life. And no cause or condition of your life can change that. You are forever loved and lovable. And just because people don't see it, or just because you don't get it on some days, doesn't mean that it is not true. Today, we're going to talk about speaking across borders, including the borders we might have in our heart space and the borders that we have in the world. Some of you were around for today's Deconstruction Junction podcast taping, where we talked about borders, the borders of our heart, the borders around our sexuality, the borders around our countries, and how we are able to speak truth to power across those borders. It's so important to recognize that we have that power in our lives. And so today we speak, we name, we connect, we share our truth and make space for others to share their truths. Global Love asks us to listen deeply and to speak boldly. Whether it's a protest chant that you're hearing out about, or it's a protest chant in Swahili, or love poems in Portuguese, the voice is so sacred. And when we make room for every accent, every dialect, every expression, we expand ourselves beyond love's reach. As today's reflection, here's a question for you. What's a saying, proverb, or phrase in another language that inspires you? What is a saying, a proverb, or a phrase in another language that inspires you? Some of you know that I am always talking about Ubuntu. Ubuntu is an African word that means I am because we are, and we are because I am. It is a saying that anchors us into the collective and reminds us of our interdependence, the ways in which we're not supposed to be codependent, but we are interdependent, meaning that most of us don't grow all of our own food. We don't make all of our own items. Of course, Tara in our community has gotten closer to making her own bread and growing her own vegetables, but not a Costco quality, right? Or a Costco quantity, rather. We are still relying on each other to help things along. That's that concept of Ubuntu. Today's mini expression practice is all about humming and chanting softly as a way to allow yourself to speak out of yourself and across borders. Hum and chant softly today, and imagine sending your voice across oceans. Your voice is vibratory. Everything in the universe vibrates at some level, and you're no different. And the vibrations you put out into the world are responded to by many different forms of matter. And if you can believe it and imagine it, you can send your voice across the oceans. I love this idea that is coming up today within me about the butterfly effect. The butterfly effect is this idea that a butterfly can flap its wings on one part of the planet, and the tsunami can come about as a result of that wind flow, sending butterfly wind and our voices across the oceans may have a ripple that we don't even know about. Say to yourself or out into the world, my voice bridges cultures. My voice bridges cultures. I speak with love and truth. I speak with love and truth. In the comment section or wherever you're watching today, consider typing a blessing in your language. What is something that you say in your community that is a word of blessing to people? What's one word of blessing that you've learned to be able to share? The word that's coming up for me today is cariño. Cariño, and I'm going to get the direct meaning of it for you. Cariño can be translated in English as affection, sweetheart, or honey, depending on the context. It's a term of endearment used to address someone you love or care about, similar to honey or sweetheart in English. Cariño. So, what's a word that I've learned that allows me to care more for the planet and to bless people in multiple languages. Cariño, that affection that we're supposed to have for ourselves and with others. I hope that you find some cariño today. I hope that you find it in your heart. I hope that you find it in the world. And I definitely hope that you find it in Love and Action Network. On behalf of all of us in leadership, Tara Olo Studio, Poppy Water 33, myself, Andre, and the Flow, Dr. Flow, the loved and lovable guy, I invite y'all to stay in your power, stay in your joy, stay loved and lovable. Keep doing the best that you can on the planet. Keep amplifying your love. It will come back to you tenfold. And I cannot wait to see you all tomorrow. Stay awesome, okay? And take care.